Hello, 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 and welcome back to Old Derp's Farm on the No Man's Land map. We have a Hitman 82.
Hello.
Hello, Hitman. And we have a squirrel. Hello, squirrel.
Hello. I think I'm on the wrong farm. You said all derp's farm, but I
Yes.
don't think I'm only like 95% derp.
Yeah,
Not all
I
derp.
think you need to check the label.
Oh, okay.
There's definitely, I think it might say 99% derp, 1% derp.
May contain 5% more derp.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly what it says. So,
All right, well, here, I have some rocks.
and of course, I'm Fat Mad, as usual.
Look at that. We got $11.
$11. You said you see you were saying like $300, and
I don't know
I
what
said
I
like
was
3 and 11. So we obviously kind of went in between the two.
Totally worth the trip over here.
Yeah,
I wonder what I spent on fuel.
Probably $12.
I'm not even back yet. Ah, that's disappointing. I guess what we should do is just dump them out in a pile, and then we'll scoop them all up when we get enough to go
Yeah, it's
sell.
probably going to be easier just to kind of pile them up and then take them as a bulk rather than keep going and selling them after each individual time of doing stuffs.
Or we could see how big a pile we could get. Just not sell any at all for the rest of the season. See what
You
we
can
get.
also get a factory to turn them into lime.
Yeah, that's right. We probably got another 6 lime out of that. That ain't gonna go very far. I don't know. I wonder what the exchange is on it.
Oh, I should know now. Really tempted to, because I haven't actually got myself a drink before we got this, because before we started recording I was desperately searching for the microphone that is normally attached to my headset, but I disconnected it. I disconnect it when I live stream because I don't like it to be visible, and I can't find it. It's gone somewhere and disappeared.
We're not a dog belly.
I don't think so, because I think I would have found the destroyed remnants somewhere if he'd done that. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but
It's unlikely. But if you start hearing digestion noises, that's where the microphone is.
well, yeah, well that too. But plus I think I'd have probably seen some electronic remnants coming out. Yeah. Of course, you have to clean up after your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least responsible dog owners do.
I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it.
And since I don't like treading in it, I definitely clean it up. Heck, I've even when it's been particularly nasty, I've even gone back. If it's been on a pavement, I've gone back with like a watering can and a brush to kind of clean it up further.
Wow, you're way better than most people that I've seen. I saw a guy yesterday, he had 2 dogs, he was walking, and one of them was doing its business and he was pretending not to see it. And there's no way that guy was scooping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people are just pig ignorant. And I think that's unfair to pigs.
Yeah, I was thinking it. Alright, you guys are busy on the field over there, and I'm busy making them $11 and spending $12.
Oh. It wouldn't be you if you weren't spending more than we were earning.
That is true. Whee!
Oh, good God.
You should have bought it then, I guess. And I know it wasn't. I know it was you that bought it because it's purple. Whoop! Whee!
Yeah.
I was gonna go with them. Oh my. Just making sure everything's going okay here. You get enough water? You staying hydrated? No?
Oh, dear.
Okay. Keep rolling.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep on working. You just fart around like
Okay.
there's nothing to do.
Well, it makes you feel any better when we're done recording and going out to crawl under my truck and do some work. And I got a quote into a place that sells vintage backhoe parts, trying to get some linkage replaced on my backhoe. That totally failed.
Okay.
Amazing how expensive old metal parts are. You know, they've got a warehouse somewhere with these parts on the shelves that have been sitting there for 40 years. And then when I want one, it's like, oh, okay, well, now we can make back all the storage money for the last 40 years and you're paying for it for that tiny little part.
Well, the alternative is you go to someone that manufactures things and they manufacture an equivalent, and then you've got to pay for, you've got to pay for the metal price of what it costs right now for the amount of metal and for the work to create it.
I think the alternative is the part has a spot where it's basically they're worn out. So a pin goes through and the hole has gotten too big for the pin, so there's a lot of slop. The handles flop all over the place when you're trying to work. So I think just welding over each of those holes and then re-drilling them will fix them, and then that won't cost me about $400 for a tiny little metal piece.
Fair enough.
I've got a welder. I could probably fix it myself if I have to. But being linkage, I didn't really want to mess with it too much because it could make it really hard to control the backhoe. Anyway, and those are the fun things you deal with when you're on a homestead.
Yep.
Get my truck on the road again, my 1-ton flat deck. Getting that on the road again. Had it off the road, the insurance is just too high, but that's been a number of years.
On the road again.
Oh, you can't climb this up on there. Let's climb up this way. When you don't have anything to do, parkour.
Well, I'm sure you could find something today.
I am.
Like, for example, you could think, I wonder if these things might need fertilizing.
Oh, well, okay then. I will go get a tractor.
There we go.
How much feed do the chickens have?
Absolute conclusive proof that Hitman does not think.
Yeah. I don't know about conclusive, but it's fairly convincing.
Well, the noise that you made when I said about, I wonder if these fields need fertilizer, and just go, but clearly you had not thought about it, so there we go. Evidence that you do not think.
Is the white trailer, is that water or is that fertilizer? I don't know what to use for the fertilizer right now.
I don't remember.
We got on the go. Neither do I. Squirrel!
We've got a sprayer.
Do we? Where's the sprayer at?
I think the sprayer was intended to be fertilizer and weeder.
Oh, there it is. Okay. It's not in the garage, so I couldn't find it. Ah, found it. The chickens had it. They were doing something with it.
Yeah.
Spraying the worms so it's slowing down.
They were pecking extra holes so it can spray extra much.
They're good chickens. And they're growing really big.
They're taking over the world.
Hey, little tractor, can you haul this thing? I don't know. Tractor says it's hard, D.
Oh. Computer, initiate the self-destruct sequence. Authorization Fatman Alpha 155.
System error. You must live through it. Oh well. If it makes you feel any better, there's lots of other people suffering with you. Does that make you feel better?
Funnily enough.
Misery loves company.
I think company loves misery.
Alright, so spray all this is what you're telling me. Alright.
Well, I assume that's what
It's not doing anything.
Okay, it probably doesn't need it then. It'll do patchwork. What is in there? Is it weeder or is it?
It's herbicide by the look of it.
Okay, so it's not fertilizer then.
I'm glad you said it after I sprayed it. Well, I'm just making sure no weeds came up later. You did say all derp's farm, and I said I was only 95% derp.
Yeah.
But that's only because I derped and didn't count the other 5%.
Yeah, and like I said, it's,
What do you call on brand?
and yet again we have further evidence that Hitman cannot tell the difference between herbicide and fertilizer.
I can, as soon as I look at it. There, I left it in the woods. Alright, do we have any around here, or do I need to drive all the way back to the store to pick some up?
I don't know, is the honest answer.
Well, I'm going to
that
drive
one.
all the way back, and then I'll see whatever fertilizer we have kicking around here, I'll see on the way back, I'm sure.
Probably.
Oh, isn't there
Or-
one up at the store?
The horses probably have one.
It
Or
might.
was
There,
There was at one point.
there might be. I honestly can't remember. It's been so long since this save game was loaded on this. Hey, what are you doing, you stupid tractor?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Say, I'm not doing anything, and then you get mad at me because I'm not doing anything.
I had it locked on, so it decided to steer a corner when it was supposed to steer a straight line. It's going, what the hell are you doing?
Cornering.
Maybe me. Well, for anyone wondering, this is how I roll.
This is how you do it.
Well, this is how I roll.
This is how you do it. Alright, well, let's see what we can find up there. Hopefully that fertilizer's still there. I don't want to spend any more money. I'll have to hear about wasting money on fertilizer next. Oh, I haven't spent all the money on fertilizer.
Well, at least you didn't waste
What
any
a
herbicide
jerk.
because it does the selective spraying. It didn't fire anything out when you kind of
Yeah.
tried using the wrong thing. So at least there's that going for us.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried to make Farming Simulator Hitman proof, but still,
It works.
He still pushes the boundaries.
Well,
No.
I'm rusty. What can I say?
No, you're Hitman. You're not Rusty.
Been
Haven't
what,
played
a
with
month?
Rusty for quite some time.
Been a month since I launched the game, I think. Wasn't that a month since our last recording, I think?
Yes. About that.
Well, other than the one half an hour ago, but yeah.
Well, yes. Counts
Our
in the
last
same.
recording session, yeah.
Yes.
Hello, fertilizer. I don't know, that looks like a herbicide. It
Awesome.
is herbicide.
Okay, well then we need to purchase fertilizer because we didn't have any.
Herb. Alright, now I remember how to spend money. I'm pretty sure I remember that part.
Be dang sure that you
I was
remember
wrong.
that part.
I was wrong. Alright, that is under...
You were wrong, as in you
context.
don't remember how to spend money?
Well, it's fertilizer. You want liquid fertilizer? How come there's two different kinds? Corteva liquid fertilizer and Helm liquid fertilizer. Wonder why. Doesn't appear to be any difference. The icons look the same. They just giving you the illusion of choice. That's what it is. If you don't like, maybe you're mad at Helm brand, so you can buy Corteva brand instead. $3,200. Bam.
Yeah, I have no idea why there's different ones.
What's that? That's so that you can boycott one and you still have fertilizer. Maybe you don't like the name. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Somebody named Corteva stole your bike when you were a kid, so you don't want to use Corteva. You want to use Helm instead. There you go.
Maybe.
Hey, this game's by nerds for nerds. Right? Right. Is anyone here not a nerd? That's what I thought.
And then we'll just let Hitman conduct the rest of the episode by talking to himself.
Uh-huh.
Although that does remind me, it's one of those Eddie Izzard ones where he talks about talking to the audience and the silence that comes back, and it's kind of he's talking in the kind of I say he, it's now she, but yeah, she's talking in terms of politics, and this silence I take as yes because that's what I want it to mean. This silence I take as no. Obviously, the idea there is to kind of speak up and actually say what you need to say.
Yep.
Yes. So I doubt very much that Eddie Izzard is watching this. So apologising for saying he rather than she, because I was going back into the past, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Or say they, and then I think, are you safe? Because is they all inclusive?
Some people get really bent out of shape about that, and I do know someone who prefers they pronouns. I go, okay, fair enough, and sometimes I forget. But you only usually use that kind of those pronouns when you're talking about them to somebody else. And then there's other people that get bent out of shape. Well, you can only say they and them when it's a group of people. And then it's but yeah, what about if you don't know someone's gender? Well, how would you know that about them? Precisely.
And that's when you go to companies and say, remove your warning labels and let the world sort itself out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really should be a non-issue. It should be, okay, yeah, I prefer to be called she, or I prefer to be called they. Okay, no biggie. But people get so crazy over stuff. Bless their hearts.
Almost crazy to begin with, so it doesn't make any difference.
Oh, it's certainly not getting any less crazy. I mean, jeez, what's gone over here over the last few weeks? Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
There, that's working. Well,
yay!
I don't know if I'm doing it right, but
if
I'm doing it.
If you put the right stuff in, it works. If you put the right stuff in, it works. If you drive into the rocks, it works.
No,
if you throw rocks at Hitman, you're all jerks.
That's right.
But you should definitely still throw rocks at him.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm going over here, away from you. Rock chucker. That's what you are. Throwing rocks at poor Hitman. Just trying to help out on the farm. This is the thanks.
Mm-hmm. Because you drove past the other field that could have been fertilized first.
Well, I was doing this one because it was the one I was supposed to do first.
You weren't told which one.
And that
to do
one's
first.
closer to the. Well, see, I'll do this one, and then I'll go over and do that one, and then I can park the machine right there where it gets parked instead of having to do it over there. Then I have to drive over here, and then I have to drive over the back over there again anyway. You know what? I could go side to side and try and save spray.
No, just go. Just go. Just go. Just go.
Does it automatically?
It should. It should automatically do the Schnehengler should automatically do it. That's why I'm here watching to see it do it. No.
Well,
not.
the spray shows the width. Oh well, now I'm doing it, so that's too bad. So there is, you can manually set it, or at least you could before.
No, it should automatically do it, but there we go. Oh well.
When I shook the magic 8-ball, it said ha ha ha. So I'm assuming that means it won't do it automatically. I don't know.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to do field edge detection and all that stuff, because that all got added in a patch.
Oh well. A couple passes the other field to be done. So how much are we looking for time there?
We're getting it there. I want to see you do the other field because I actually just need to see you do some work.
Oh, well then.
So we'll
Just to
do
prove
this
it
field.
to everybody?
Yeah. It's possible that Hitman can do things and be useful. It's,
I don't know. I missed a bit. It is the pressure.
yeah, clearly.
Oh,
Under pressure.
Zigzag.
Dun.
Not great. So the question is now, do you have that song in your head, or do you have Ice Ice Baby in your head? Up to the viewers, I mean. Under Pressure by
It depends
Queen
on how
or Ice
old the
Ice
viewer
Baby by
is.
Queen? It does. That does actually, yeah. Because for me, it's Vanilla Ice because I was closer. I mean, I never really listened to Queen when I was a kid. And the fact that I listened to Vanilla Ice pretty much tells you where my music interest was when I was a kid.
You were not interesting.
Pedal power. Pedal power.
There we go. So we're done. So we've gone from having this field cultivated and ready, and that field harvested. They're now both planted and ready to go. Splendiferous.
Hooray.
That's not bad for a couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I think we can call that a day's work.
Good. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and hope we kept you entertained and interested. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.